in the age of Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, all, social media, like the need and the pressure to feel like you have the most Instagrammable, TikTokable, YouTubeable, like wedding is at an all-time high. Like couples are feeling it all the time, especially brides. They feel like they have to go above and beyond and just like have this wow factor to everything. And I see it on couples' faces. I hear it in the conversations that we have. Like it is a lot of pressure. And it can feel like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to do this dancing thing on my wedding day because it feels like everyone is doing it and I have to do it. Like, I want to talk to you today about how to overcome this, how to overcome feeling the pressure to feel like you have to do the next TikTok trend. TikTokable. I like that. I think that's better than TikTok trend. TikTokable. Anyways, I think that a big part of it, at the heart of it, what we're talking about is creating a wedding that is uniquely you and your partner. Like you have your personality, your partner has their personality. You guys are going to fuse these together and you're going to bring aspects of both of you. And then you guys also have this identity as a couple that you can infuse to your wedding planning as well. And so I want to talk to you today about this word unique. Because unique, I think a lot of people think that it has to be trendy. Unique is just you. It's just who you are, what you do. Like that's at the heart of it. It is just you being you. And you know what's crazy is that I truly believe that at their core, all trends were started because someone was just being them. They were just doing something that was unique to them, and then boom, all of a sudden it blows up and now it's the next trend, when really it was just someone being them and being putting their uniqueness front and center. And so I'm here to tell you that what makes your wedding day special is infusing you and your partner's personalities, your relationship, your story into your wedding day. And that's what will make it great. And so I have some examples of some things. This isn't going to be a really long video, but I do think it's important. And the way that you figure all of this stuff out is by having a conversation, sitting down and talking to your partner and saying, hey, we should make our wedding feel like us. What is us? You want to look at your hobbies. You want to look at the things you enjoy doing, the kind of food you like to eat, how you spend your time, who you spend your time with. This is going to feel a little similar and familiar to Wedding Why, but it is different. Looking for, I got a text, sorry. Oh my God, where are my notes? Here they are. I'm not even going to cut this. I'm just going to let you guys see this. See me fumbling around like a buffoon. Okay. I want to talk about some ideas that I've seen done and some things that I've seen happen that kind of been like, wow, this is really unique. And so if the idea of this huge semi-formal, formal wedding day feels wrong for you and just feels like that's not who you are, don't do it. Don't do it. If you are people who are known for throwing awesome backyard parties that have amazing barbecue food or something whatever, do that. You could I'll tell you this, one of our most favorite things about COVID, although COVID was terrible, but one of the great things that came out of it was that people went back to the basics when it came to weddings. And we did more backyard weddings in 2020 than we've ever done before. And they were so much fun. And I think a big part of it was because there wasn't the stress of the wedding day. Couples could truly do what they wanted to do. They felt that pressure go out the window. It was smaller numbers, and they had a blast in their backyards, and it was more cost affordable so that they could go all out with other aspects of their wedding day. You don't have to do something that's not you. And this is an example. So don't do something semi-formal if that's not who you are, or formal. Have a backyard rage or a backyard party, a backyard whatever. Have yard games. Have a margarita machine. Have a live band to go out there or something like that, a live local band. Just do whatever you want. But if that feels more you, that's incorporating your personality into it. Does the thought of a 10-hour wedding day scare you to pieces and overwhelm you? There's a good chance it might. Like, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I wish we could just do this thing way faster and get to our honeymoon. Do that. We just shot a wedding that was 4 hours long, and it was amazing. It was so great. The couple was so much less stressed. The reception was cake and punch, and they just walked around the area that it was and talked to people, and they served people cake, they served people punch, and then they got it out of there and got onto their honeymoon, and it was amazing. And it was like they didn't want to do something big. They didn't want to spend their funds on this massive thing, and so they scaled back, put money in what mattered to them, which was, being able to share moments with their families, kind of having some fun things, having cake, having punch. Their outfits were a big deal to them, and so they were able to do that because they had a shorter wedding day. And like, that's adding in your uniqueness to the day. Are you someone, I've seen this before, who's a words person? And you may have seen this like as a TikTok trend, but at one point it didn't start as a TikTok trend. Like, are you a words person? Like, do you like to shower the people that you love with words? Like, I've seen brides before. Some of our brides have handwritten notes to every member of their family in their wedding party, and had them open the notes and like gave them a gift. And that's just who they are. They are a giving, thoughtful, generous person, and they wanted to incorporate that into their wedding day. And so or on a day where it's mostly like I-centered, being like the couple, they wanted to like serve their loved ones and their friends, and they did that by giving them their thoughts, their words, their encouragement, and a gift. And it was beautiful, and it was great. I've seen it done to where, with smaller wedding numbers, like 50 people, like where the bride has handwritten a note, the bride and groom have handwritten a note to every single guest, letting them know what they meant to them, and then using that as like the seating chart. Like when they go in, they find that they're at this table and their letters there. Like, it's a whole thing, but like that is unique to them. I've seen something done before where the couple had like a lot of people coming in from out of town, and so they had like 12, 15 different like cities represented, but there was like a chunk of people coming from each city, to where they had an artist like illustrate and draw kind of like what that city or town was known for. So this wasn't the place, but like imagine it was like Austin, Texas. There were people coming from Austin. There might be a massive cowboy boot with a cowboy hat over it, like, that kind of thing. If they were coming from Las Vegas, they would like draw a casino or something like that. And then they had the people's names listed beneath them. And that's something that like they were so thankful that all of their loved ones were coming together to be under one roof. They just want to add, and they loved that they had family coming in from everywhere. So they added a little bit of uniqueness in the way that they did that seating chart, and kind of incorporated it that way. I've seen couples do things before where for their first dance, what they did is they took what was going to be their first song, and they got that like on a vinyl record, and then they took their parents' first song, like both sets, and they had vinyl records out, and they had everyone sign the records of what was going to be the bride and groom's first dance, and then both sets of parents' first dances. And that was something that was really cool. And then they're going to take those records, they're going to flip them over on the other side, and they're going to hang them in their room. But it's like, it's not just this little guest book that no one's going to sign or that you'll never look at again. It was something done with intention, and it was unique to who they were as people. And everyone loved it, and they talked about it, and they ranted and raved about it. Like, that's something that's great. I've seen couples have like, like I've seen all appetizer dinners done because it was like a known joke that they're like children and kids. And so all they ate were like chicken nuggets. Oh, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, and like chips and queso. And like, that's what they had for their dinner. And everyone loved it. Like, these are all things that you can incorporate, but like they're unique to them. I want to share this last thing that I've seen done, but like, maybe you're someone, I knew a couple that they had pizza every Friday night. Like, it was their thing. The groom had grown up where his family, they always had pizza. He carried that into his relationship. They had pizza. They got married on a Friday night. Instead of cutting a cake, they cut a pizza. Like, and they carried on their tradition of having pizza every Friday night. Like, that is something that was uniquely them, and they pulled it off. So with that being said, like, just like with Wedding Why, I want you to sit down with your person and go like, man, what are some things that are unique about us, that we can incorporate? Maybe you guys hit trivia every Wednesday night. Like, you can have trivia at your wedding during dinner. How cool would that be? Like, there are just a lot of different things that you can do, but it starts by you and your partner sitting down and brainstorming and thinking about who you are as individuals and then who you are as couples, and then taking those things and weaving them into your wedding. So your next step is to go on a date night and ask that question. Hey, what are some unique things about us? What makes us us? What are the things that we do, and how can we creatively weave some of these things into our wedding? As always, guys, we hope that this information was helpful. Drop a comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All of those things. Follow us on Instagram. And as always, we hope that this was helpful, beneficial. We'll talk to you real soon.